Wawanoki. Didn't you see that sign on the bulletin board?
Camp Nova Wawanoki, a boys' camp in the Michigan wilderness under the personal direction of Colonel D.G. Bullard, U.S. Army retired. See Scoutmaster Gordon.
Oh yes, Camp Nova Wawanoki is a truly splendid experience.
A new era had begun! Camp Nova Wawanoki, with its dancing waters, its zestful program of outdoor sports and recreational activities, under the personal direction of Colonel D.G. Bullard, lay just ahead, glittering in the golden sunlight.
Canoe expeditions on a trout-jumping lake.
Roasted marshmallows from a glowing fire pit.
Flashlights blinking along twilight trails to the outhouse.
These impressions comprise the beloved institution we call summer camp, childhood's final frontier, the classic rite of passage into adulthood.
In our story, a boy named Ralph and his best friend, Flick, venture into the wilderness, where they will face their fears, meet an unexpected hero, and grow up.
Our story is written by Gene Shepard, best known for the film A Christmas Story, in which little Ralphie pines for a Red Riding BB gun and is told,
"You'll shoot your eye out."
A fistful of fig Newtons.
By Gene Shepard.
I'm Captain Crabtree. We move out at 0700. All chipmunks, raise your hands. This is your first year. You will wear your chipmunk cap at all times so you can be readily identified as a chipmunk.
Oh boy, a chipmunk cap! It has often been noted that lambs go eagerly to the slaughter.
Chipmunks, you will sit at the rear of the bus.
The non-chipmunks have the kind of faces that kids who smoke have. A few threw white-out balls of paper at us chipmunks. They wore identical blue jackets and Captain Crabtree called them beavers. As the bus fell out, a fat chipmunk began sobbing. I don't want to go. I gotta go.
Chipmunks, do not cry. We will have no crying. Get up. I will give you one more chance. Stop the bus now!
The entire busload of kids, all from time to time have themselves practiced tantrum throwing, recognized a tour to first performance. The chipmunk had won instant respect.
He's like a human skunk. When he's trapped, he just lets him have it.
From that instant, the chipmunk was known as Skunk. Finally,
Camp Nova Wawanoki.
Hey, whoa!
What is it? What does it look like, Stu?
A tall beaver, Jake Brannigan, was missing 3 lower teeth, and one of his ears appeared to be badly chewed.
They don't even know a lake when they see it.
All right, then, let's move out. To the hut, Colonel Bullard.
At ease. We run a tight ship here. A good workout in the morning, a few hours of honest labor, and then we have fun. All right, let's get cracking. Over there's Eagle Lodge. That one's Grizzly Bear Lodge. And that one on the end's Mole Lodge.
Mole Lodge. That afternoon,
Forest craft consists of learning to live off the land.
it was all about how you could tell a direction north was by looking at the moss on trees, and how, if you knew where north was, everything was okay for some reason.
The direction that vines and creepers grow on the trunks of trees.
The moist atmosphere of the red call slowly approached that of the Amazon jungles, as 100 tightly packed bodies exuded noxious gases, and the flat voice of the lecturer twanged on.
Boy, this is fun. Now if we ever get lost, we can find where north is.
Yeah. Back at Mole Lodge, Skunk already lay in his bunk reading a thick paperback.
What's that? There's something out there.
It was a dreaded thing in the woods syndrome that afflicts all denizens of every K camp everywhere. We lay petrified until the sun came out and reveille was born. Only Skunk slept through it all. A few days later,
Swimming lessons!
But not before we had been warned by two beavers to beware of the monster that lived in the lake.
You remember, Marty? It grabbed him right over there by that big rock. It's got suckers on its feet, and it'll drag you right down to the bottom and eat ya.
The news about the suckers had swept like wildfire through the chipmunks. Nobody got within 50 yards of the rock.
What's going on here? Don't tell me I got a bunch of girls on my hands. Get back in the water.
As I lay in bed that night, Flick writhed in his sack. The kid who had the bunk above Skunk had been picked up during the day by a gleaming Cadillac. For the time he was with us, he said nothing, but cried a lot at night. Mole Lodge was shaking down into a tight unit. Little did we realize, however, that there was a hero among us.
The treasure hunt is a yearly competition between the chipmunks and the beavers. Whoever unearths the concealed, sacred golden tomahawk will bring eternal honor to his lodge. The winners deserve their reward for their valiant performance in the deep woods.
The deep woods.
And now, Captain Crabtree, issue the secret envelopes. Into the dark, this is no lark.
Past honest Abe's work.
Straight o'er and up.
Is that all there is?
That's it.
Let's go!
Hold it! Where's north?
Why don't we look for some moss?
It always points north.
We scrounged around in the poison ivy, looking for moss on a tree trunk.
Where's Skunk?
He must have gone back to the lodge.
I'll
There in the feeble ray, Jake Brannigan!
give you dumb kids a break. Honest day must be about that rail fence up that way. Now get out of our way! Well, wait, that was kind of nice of him helping us out like that.
Sure was.
Jackson, don't steal the thing! The thing!
Even as I faced certain death, I realized that Jake Brannigan had planned it all. We broke into a clearing at blessed noble Wawanoki. All around me, battered and torn chipmunks, pursued relentlessly by the thing, popped out of the woods.
This is a sorry spectacle. This is the first year in the history of Camp Noble Wawanoki that no lodge has returned with the sacred golden tomahawk.
Excuse me, Colonel, sir? Is this your sacred golden hatchet?
Great Scott! It's Skunk! By George, it certainly is!
Mole Lodge has come through. That night I saddled up to Skunky and asked where he had found it. In a long lodge on the display. It was simple deduction. If any of you had ever bothered to read Poe's a purloined letter. The last morning in camp.
And now, the moment we have all awaited, I now pronounce you honored members of the sacred clan of beavers.
Woo! I zipped up my crisp new blue beaver jacket. We had 3 hours until the buses took us back to civilization. There they came down the wretched road. I saw our pale faces, all wearing bright new green chipmunk beanies.
Look at that bunch of babies.
It was my fellow